All right, y'all. With camp officially closing out, it's time to play a little game called Stock Up, Stock Down. Ahead of my 53-man roster projections, who do I think stock has come up? Who do I think stock has fallen? All right, y'all. Let's hit it, bro. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Stephen Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever it is you get around to watching us. Once again, guys, Stephen Hyder, Gate City Sports Channel. All right, y'all, let's talk. So to begin with, stock up, stock down. This is what I'll say about my stock up and stock down listings here. Just because someone's on the stock up list doesn't mean I'm necessarily projecting them to make the 53-man roster. Guys, don't confuse it. Just because someone's on the stock down doesn't mean I think they're going to miss out on the 53-man roster. I'm just talking about discernibly from what I can see from what's going on within training camp and the players around them, whose stock has gone up, whose stock has gone down. A person's stock could still go down, but another person's stock goes up and still be ahead of that person. I mean, let's not forget that dynamic that can exist, guys. So to begin with, I'll do 5 stock ups, I'll do 5 stock downs, I'll do 5 stock ups, I'll do 5 stock downs, okay? Stock ups. One guy in particular stands out to me for really having his stock go up, and that's Deontay Burnett. Anyone who does these type of stock up, stock down videos, they're going to name Deontay Burnett, and there's a reason why we're naming Deontay Burnett. The guy is just simply catching everything coming his way. I thought Deontay Burnett is one of those guys that has really taken advantage of the opportunity afforded to him, and he's going to make this decision very difficult on the Eagles. I do not think he's going to be an easy player to leave off of the 53-man roster, to be honest. But I'm not necessarily saying I'm projecting him on there either, guys. So Deontay Burnett, to me, I've showed you guys clips of some of the things with him and Caleb Wilson playing around after practice, making some catches. Deontay Burnett, for me, stock up. Big time. Just a real quick demonstration of the way I replays. Number one, let's take a look here. This is play action. Let's watch the rest of this play kind of work its way out. This right here is a little boot action, something we need to see more of, by the way, this season. And that's Deontay Burnett showing off those hands and that great hand and eye coordination and concentration skill he had. Second player, stock up. AK-46, guys. Adrian Killins. Listen, we knew he was going to be good on special teams. Kick returns, punt returns. I mean, he caught the coaching staff's attention. You guys got to remember this about AK, all right? Adrian Killins was tied for third in terms of carries at UCF. He wasn't even a heavily utilized back in college. And yet, this kid is a weird, dynamic player to where he's not a guy that will ever be like a featured back, that type. That's just not who he is. But man, he's a really good compliment. He's a guy that if you can get the ball in his hands once or twice a game, once or twice a month, once or twice every other couple of games, he might be a guy that can break one for you. And I think the coaching staff is paying attention to that. So for me, what I've seen from camp, look, he's a small guy. You're never going to get around that issue of his body frame, but I thought the kid's stock went way up. Number 3, another guy inside of this running back room that's been battling, Elijah Holyfield. Elijah Holyfield, to me, his stock has gone up big time. Okay? Before training camp, we heard Deuce Staley say very complimentary words about Mike Warren. And even I was like, whoa, what just happened to Elijah Holyfield? Because the coaching staff seemed to be high on this kid prior to this stuff. Like, this kid just disappeared? Well, you know what? They put pads on, and Elijah Holyfield said, hey, yeah, I'm still here. Elijah Holyfield, look, there are some things I'm a little concerned about with this guy. He's a bit of an up-high runner. Think Josh Adams back in the day, guys. He's a little up high when he runs the football, but he's physical. He's got more agility and more speed than that 4.8, 8.40 he ran would indicate. I think that was just a really bad time that he had. I don't think it's accurate to what his game speed actually is. He's a very, very good pass protecting running back. I think when you look at a guy like if the Eagles keep 4 running backs and you're looking at AK-46 and you're looking at Elijah Holyfield, you're looking at, do you want a guy that can be your punt returner and kick returner because of Rager being out? Or do you want a guy that can be there for pass protection with issues going on with your offensive line with Elijah Holyfield? I don't think this decision is that easy, guys. But I definitely think Elijah Holyfield's stock, it's up. Number 4, Craig James. Look, man, pretty smart signing last year. Undrafted rookie free agent, I think we signed, or maybe he was a 6th-round pick. He was either a really late-round pick that ended up getting cut, or he was an undrafted rookie free agent that we ended up picking up. Craig James has definitely come out and earned his way. Will it translate to him earning his way onto the roster? I don't know, but I know the kid caught the coach's attention. He's been on first-team gunner for special teams. That means something, guys. When you're projecting the back of the roster and you're not going to be a guy getting many snaps in a football game, you better be able to contribute in other ways. Craig James can. I got to be honest with you. I don't know how many guys that you keep that are more nickel kind of corners, but hey, man, the kid can play special teams, and it's something that other guys that are in consideration can't do. Stock up, in my opinion. Number 5, Casey Toolhill. Stock up, in my opinion. Listen, I didn't expect much from Casey. I originally thought to come on here and say, like, look, this is nonsense if you're expecting this kid to be anything more than a practice squad developmental player. It's nonsense. He's undersized. Well, the thing was, he knew he was undersized, and he worked at that before he got to camp. So he worked on gaining a little strength, gaining a little size before he got to camp. And holy crap, does this kid's athleticism pop off the charts in drills. Casey Toolhill, to me, definite stock up, in my opinion. All right, y'all. Let's talk stock down. Like I said, guys, this doesn't mean these guys will not make the roster. It just means I didn't think they had the best camps, in my opinion. Number 1, Jordan Mulatto. Stock down, in my opinion. I'm still not comfortable putting this kid in a game. I have my doubts that this kid is a tackle. Maybe you can bounce him inside at guard and let him use some of that big size, and maybe he'd be better off at right tackle. We haven't seen those reps really on camera yet. I haven't really seen it, so maybe he's doing a little better at right tackle. Hard to say. Maybe he's just completely out of position and the kid's a defensive lineman or something. I don't know. But in my opinion, I'm not saying he won't make the roster. I'm saying that the Eagles have got to be, to an extent, a little disappointed in what they've gotten out of Jordan Mulatto. Matt Pryor's in at left tackle in this drill, and you got Jordan Mulatto in at right tackle in the drill. This is what it would look like if we end it today. All right. The next guy. Listen, Nate Sudfeld. I still think Nate Sudfeld's your number 2. But I got to tell you, I expected more of a command out of the offense from Nate Sudfeld than he showed in camp. I do know sometimes when you're working with the second team going against the first team, that can make things look worse than what it is. But I just haven't seen Nate looking that sharp out there. Look, we only get to see so many of the snaps. I get that, but the snaps I saw, they weren't bad. They were pedestrian. And for that reason, guys, I got to say that Nate Sudfeld's stock, to me, it's down. Sidney Jones. I think the kid's got talent. I think he's still probably, besides, looking at Darius Slay, he's probably your best skilled outside cornerback. I don't think there's a question about it. When it comes to him actually being on the field and playing in a man system. And I got some major reservations with Sidney in zone. But in man, I think the kid can really play. Here's the thing. I can't keep defending you. Other content creators can't keep defending you. Beat writers can't defend you if you ain't on the field competing. He missed too much time in a pivotal year. There's a really difficult decision coming up with Sidney Jones. And, you got to just be real about things, man. His stock it's down. Number 4, Rasul Douglas. Listen, look, the guy, I think he's done a little bit recently to make you feel like, hey, man, at least he's competing now. But early on, I think it was tremendously bad for Rasul Douglas, but at least he's pretty much always on the field, man. I mean, Rasul he doesn't miss a lot of snaps. He doesn't miss a lot of plays. He doesn't miss a lot of practices. At least he has that going for him. I still feel like he's a cover 3 corner playing in a cover 1 type system. He struggled against our speed receivers. It was obvious. We could see it. So I got to be honest with you. I think Rasul Douglas, while he might still make the team, guys, I think his stock is down. Number 5. I'm going to keep with the corners, guys. This one, it ain't fair because he just got here. But you got cut before training camp. Then you got brought back when we needed bodies. And since then, I don't think that the organization has really given you a fair chance to really work it out, even though I do think that he fits the scheme fairly well opposite of Slay. Trevor Williams. I think Trevor Williams' stock is down. And I don't know that it's his fault. I don't think he was giving a fair chance. But I don't know that Trevor Williams is really a special teams player. So that's already working against you. If you're not going to win the starting job and you're not going to be like a really important third guy coming off, that third corner on the outside coming off the bench, what role do you serve without special teams production? So for that reason, I got to say that Trevor Williams, even though Mike kind of brought me around on him a little bit, I got to say his stock is down come camp. All right, y'all. Let's go back to a positive for a minute. Stock up. Let's return. 6 through 10, I'll give you an extra guy. Stocks going up. All right, y'all ready? Number 6, Shaun Bradley. He's been what we thought he was going to be. He's fast. He's physical. He's decent in coverage, not great. Plays the run fairly well, okay? He's a rook. He's going to have things to learn. I definitely think Shaun Bradley's stock has gone up in camp, and I think right now he's probably your 4th linebacker. I think your 3 are pretty obvious. They're Gary, they're TJ Edwards, and I think it's Duke Riley. But I think Shaun Bradley is your 4th, and I think he's going to see the field a lot. I think you'll even see him at times maybe even getting starting snaps. Not that he's going to play the majority of snaps in a game, not that he's going to get more starts than he'll get coming off the bench, but I do think you might see that, especially towards the end of the year, him maybe pick up and get a couple starting snaps here and there. He might get a game or 2 to start. All right, the next guy. I'm going to say 2 guys. Rudy Ford, and then Marcus Epps. Those safeties. Stock's up. I'm going to say this because these are guys that have been around the organization. The organization showed interest in them last year by picking them up. Rudy Ford, first team reps, just like Craig James, out there as a gunner. He's got a lot of special teams contributions guy. Like he's one of the better ones out there. His stock's up. You look at Marcus Epps. Marcus Epps, the coaching staff really likes him a lot. From my understanding is that Tim Hawk, the safeties coach, really liked this kid coming out of the draft. I think Marcus Epps was like a 6th round pick, I want to say. I think he came out of like Wyoming or something like that. Marcus Epps, look, he's not the most athletically gifted guy. But you know what? With Will Parks going down, this is a guy that might possibly catch a break here and get positioning for at least a few weeks until Will Parks comes back. So I do think Rudy Ford, and I think that Marcus Epps, I think both their stocks are up. Okay? But I'm going to combine them together for number 7. Number 8, Grayland Arnold. Let's keep it on the safety. Stock up. Young kid. Super competitive. Can play the nickel. Can play outside if you really need him to. Can play over the top. This kid stocks up, man. He's a good football player. He's a competitor. Is he a lock on this roster? No. Not even in any stretch of the imagination. Does he have a shot? He's got an outside shot, guys. I think his stock's up, guys. I thought he had a fairly good camp. Number 9, Josh Sweat. I put him down kind of low on this list because, he's been in camp for a while with us now, so it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like his first camp with the Eagles or anything like that. But I will say this about Josh Sweat. He's been dominant this camp. Nobody can block this guy in camp so far. I mean, I would be really disingenuous if I didn't put Josh Sweat on this list. To me, Josh Sweat's stock, it's up. Number 10, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts' stock, to me, it's up. Look, is he ready to step in and probably be your number 2? No, I would caution against that. Would I still give him the number 2 job if the coaching decision and this roster decision was solely mine? I would. I've at least seen enough out of him to help him progress through those struggles and to somewhat disguise his, deficiencies. He's athletic. This kid can run. The kid's got a big arm. He's got to learn some stuff. He's got to get through 3-4 read progressions. He's got to fix some of that mechanics, some of that delivery. His footwork needs a little bit of work, but he's gotten better each day in camp. He's gotten a little better and a little better and a little better. My opinion, Jalen Hurts' stock is up.
J-Mo.
I keep telling people that I believe that misdirection, along with RPOs, play action, bootlegs, just roll in the pocket, it's going to be a big part of this offense.
John Hightower.
In this scenario right here, you just saw a nightmare of having a guy like Watkins, an absolute burner, come around on a jet motion.
John Hightower's going to be your
and then you got
receiver,
Corey Clement, an absolute dog when it comes to catching the ball in the backfield, motioning along with a guy who's got feet in Jalen Hurts.
Write it in. He's on the roster. He's your fourth receiver right now until Rager gets back. All right, stock down. Let's finish it off 6 through 10, guys, and I'll give you an extra one here. 6, Alex Singleton. It's not that Alex Singleton's done anything wrong. It's just that I don't know that his special teams contributions alone will help him. I'm not saying this is a guy that's automatically off the roster, guys. Please don't confuse that. I'm saying that the fact that some of these younger linebackers in that room have looked good in camp, it hurts him. His stock's down because of that. Number 7. Sorry, guys. Anthony Rush. Huge fan of Anthony Rush. I haven't heard much. I thought he'd be more dominant in camp than what he's been. I'm a little disappointed. Look, I'm not saying Anthony Rush is even off this roster, guys. Don't confuse that. Because I do think that there are some current concerns with Javon Hargrave. He hasn't practiced yet. If he's not ready for week 1 or week 2, the only other guys that are more of those nose tackle kind of honestly, they're 2 gappers that can play a 1 gap. You know, it's Anthony Rush and it's Raycon Williams. And for that reason, I don't think he's necessarily off the roster, but I expected more out of Anthony Rush than I got so far this offseason because, like I said, man, this is a dancing teddy bear. This kid's athletic. I want to see more. I want to hear more. Maybe we just haven't got the camera angles. I don't know, guys. Number 8, Vinny Curry. Look, you know, he's been missing some time recently because of some little nagging stuff. I think Vinny Curry's on the roster, guys. I'm just going to be honest. With that said, I think that his stock has gone down a little bit as Josh Sweat's stock has gone up. I don't know. I don't know how the Eagles are going to approach this. Josh Sweat might get quite a few snaps. Even if Vinny Curry starts, Josh Sweat might surpass him in the total snaps at the end of the day. I don't know. I think it's going to be really close. I think Vinny Curry's stock has gone down a little bit while Josh Sweat's stock has gone up, to be honest. All right, y'all. So, number 9. Andre Dillard. Andre Dillard, to me, his stock, look, there's no way of saying it, guys. His stock went down. We don't know anything about this guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know anything about this guy. Like, he hasn't done anything. Like, Andre Dillard we're still sitting here wondering if he's going to be the future left tackle. I think the Eagles are going to have to go out there and get a veteran free agent. And I think they're also going to have to draft heavy on the offensive line next year. I think Andre Dillard's stock is down, in my opinion, guys. I can't justify saying his stock's up.
As replacement lines up as a receiver for Wentz. Pocket collapses.
All right, my number 10 guy whose stock is down is Genard Avery. While he's been sitting idle because of something that's out of his control with his knee, he had suffered a little tweak to that knee. Thing is that Joe Osman, his stock has gone up, right? Casey Toolhill, his stock has gone up. And I include Joe Osman because he's been around for a little bit. His stock's gone up, right? You got those 2 guys' stocks gone up. Sharif Miller's stock hasn't gone down, certainly. Like, I think that hurts Genard Avery, man. I think he's my 10th guy. My 11th guy, I still like the player. It's unfortunate he got hurt. But I got to put Joshua Perkins on the stock down list. While Joshua Perkins has been out, look, other guys have been coming in and playing well. Caleb Wilson, the Togo guy, has been playing well at tight end. Like, we got guys that are kind of stepping up and showing that they could be a third tight end on the practice squad. He gets kind of carried on the practice squad. I think that hurts Joshua Perkins a little bit, guys. But these are my thoughts, guys. I gave you 22 players in the end, guys, whose stock went up or stock went down. Leave your comments below, guys. Give me yours. Stock up, stock down. What do you think? Look for tomorrow. The video's coming out tomorrow. That will give you my 53-man projection. All right, y'all. I'm out here. You know we in these videos. We do a little E-A-G-L-E-S. All right, y'all. Let's go, Eagles.